Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. The leaks are coming early for this second iteration of Fantasy FC coming this Friday. It's only a Wednesday, and we already know most, if not all, the players that are going to be coming into packs on Friday for Team 2 of this promo. EA is trying to spice it up, I think, by throwing in some new names that we didn't know about from previous leagues to try to make the second week of this promo pop maybe a little bit more. We're going to take a look at those cards today because we have basically the whole entire leaked team, but we're still missing some very key information about that. Also, looking forward to today on Wednesday, we do have a popular cheap SBC refreshing along with the upgrade packs that we had yesterday, and we got to take a look at yesterday's content, including another refresh of the cup. Guys, this promo is all about cups and friendly modes. It's pretty crazy with one game mode now being featured in the new cup that I haven't even touched throughout the entirety of FC 25 until yesterday. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, and of course subscribe if you're new. Let's take a look at yesterday's content by going into SBCs. First, we got Maldini yesterday. I'll be honest, we didn't mention it because in yesterday's video, I didn't think he was coming out until maybe this weekend for Team 2. Since we had Hullet, I thought EA would maybe wait. Well, no. Here he is, but the problem with Maldini is the same problem that we had with Hullet. I think actually Hullet looks like a better SBC now after seeing this Maldini. I just can't think that 1.4 million coins for a card that's 1 million or even less than that now on the market seems like good value to me. 16 squads for Maldini. I think I would rate the Yapstam SBC that you can evolve with a Playstyle Plus in Evos over this card. You have to really want to just get Maldini in your team to want to go ahead and do this SBC. It's things like this that make me ask, why couldn't we just get the 93 Ultimate Succession Maldini, who's 2 million coins? Even if this SBC was 2.5 million, that in 20 something squads, I think more of us would be interested in grinding this card that's got 96 defending and better than this one that's still 1.4 million coins and so much more behind the curve. I don't know. That's just me. If you want this Maldini card, I'm not going to stop you from doing it because, again, we have the upgrade packs to craft him with now, but it just seems like a lot of fodder to be turning in for a card that, unless you're emotional about him, is maybe just not the best. So that's kind of the situation there. I wish I could be more excited about a Maldini SBC like that. The best thing is it's out there. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Now, those upgrade packs that we were expecting to get actually dropped. In my opinion, this was the best part of content yesterday. The 83 times 10, of course, with the Team of the Week requirement helping our informed investment. We'll talk about those. And the 83 plus 3 of 10. Both of these, of course, very highly upvoted on Futbin. We love the refreshes of these. They're going to refresh today. At least the 83 times 10 is. I think the 83 3 of 10 player pick is not going to refresh today. Love that that one was only an 82 rated squad with an inform. Very, very easy to get done if you're doing any 80 plus picks right now. Maybe you're doing some of the getting other packs from objectives, which there's a lot of objective packs available with the cup and the league mode. There's just tons of packs in general, and this just helps us get even more and more fodder to go and craft SBCs. I know a lot of you are saying like, Nate, I got a bunch of fodder right now, and I think a lot of people are just going into the icon player picks and just some random player SBCs with that extra fodder, which is always a good thing. But it would be nice too to have like a bigger version of Maldini or a couple more cards here in the icon section that would feel worth grinding towards, chipping away at, if you will, to get somebody really, really sick for your team. It just feels like a lot of the SBCs right now are good, but they're not like crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's some good grassroots greats players that were out. There's some good players like the Conte, the Mendy, but even then, some Evos are better than those. So player SBCs are just kind of an interesting part of this game at the moment. You do have a pretty good Guti. You can make some exceptions. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to say that I think it could be a little bit better in the SBC section, but nonetheless, we got our beloved upgrade packs, and of course, that helped out our inform investment. As you can see here, I sold a bunch of informs yesterday, just lazy listing, guys. I'm not trying to sell these for 14,000 coins, which is actually the price of informs right now. We were buying these under 13K, as we talked about. The main key, the main point I want to make with these cards is make sure you're listing them every single hour, especially around the content drop. That's when I sold most of these informs yesterday, listing them before the content drop, like 45 to 50 minutes beforehand, so that they're expiring when everybody is going and logging on and doing the SBC. As you can see here, I still have good chunk of informs. I'm not listing them at crazy high prices because really they didn't go up that much, but it's the lazy listings that end up making you more coins than just selling them for what they're actually going for on the market is the cheapest price. Informs are 14K right now. I don't think they're going to go crazy high, although there is going to be more demand for them today with the refreshes and another SBC coming back. So we absolutely love that about our team league investment there. More easy profits. I would say the safest route would be sell those before division rivals rewards tomorrow, just so that you can get the easiest profit there before we have some more rewards and supply. Let's talk about fodder though, because actually, guys, if you bought some fodder when it dropped a lot on Sunday and Monday, you're actually making some good profit. I don't necessarily know if it is the Maldini SBC, but I think it's the fact that we had the 83 times 10, which is bringing some more fodder back into people's clubs. Take a look at 91s. Erling Haaland from 42K up to 48,000 coins right now for all 91 rated cards. 90 rated like Kevin De Bruyne. Weren't these 30,000 coins? Yeah, these were 30,000 coins on Monday and Tuesday. Here we are at 36K. So that 83 times 10 gives people fodder. And what do we know? This is one of the simple truths about the market that is true all the time. When there's good upgrade packs that are out, when we can get fodder, people go and do SBCs because they're getting fodder and they need some place else to put it. And when they're only a couple cards away from finishing an SBC, they go and buy the rest of the fodder they need to get that done. This could also be some people last minute doing the player of the month Mbappe before it expires, since that SBC has gotten a lot cheaper and there's only a couple of days left on it. Of course, we're probably going to have a new La Liga Player of the Month released on Friday. We don't have any leaks for that. That's one leak that I'm really curious to know. Is it going to be Anthony? I think it actually might be Sanset. I don't think it's going to be back-to-back Mbappe based on the stats of the month, but this is going away soon, and it's a lot cheaper than it used to be when, the 91s were 80,000 coins like 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. So I think there's some people that are rushing to complete that Mbappe SBC right now and part of this game as well. So that was kind of the market impact from the SBCs that we had yesterday. We love the 83 times 10. Do them each and every day. I still have a ton of grassroots grades packs still in the store. I opened up 40 player picks yesterday. We're going to open up a whole bunch of those. I've got still hundreds of packs. It's crazy. It's a W grind. You love to see it. Now, let's go to objectives because we knew the cup was going to be refreshing yesterday. That was one thing. Also, really quickly, we do have a new rush points reset here as well for an 84 times 5. Make sure you get this done during the week. Good place to get Evos done. Pretty easy and free packs. Speaking of objective packs there, but in the live section, Fantasy FC Cup number 2, EA mentioned, and we looked at it on the official Fantasy FC promo webpage, that we were going to get a cup that refreshed twice during this promo. So basically 3 different cups. This is the second one. Now, really interesting stuff with this cup here, guys. The requirements are slightly different, right? First of all, the objective. You need Liga F, Bundesliga, and Premier League players in your squad to get this done. But the requirements of the actual game mode itself are pretty much the same. There's max limits in there, and then there's some other max limits so that you have to use some lower rated cards. Basically, what you're going to want to do with this is put 4 players that are 90 rated, or at least above 86. You can do 4 players above 86, and then the rest of your squad has to be above 78, or can be above 78, so 84s and 85s to fill out the rest of the squad. Again, it's a decent way to get it done. It's fun to use those 3 different leagues and create some formations, but the interesting part about it is the mode. Guys, this is Fantasy Cup FC Cup 2, right? This is the swaps mode, which if you haven't played it before, which I had not until yesterday, 3 players are randomly swapped with your opponent before the match. And then if you score with one of the players that was swapped to you, it counts as 2 instead of 1. Honestly, I find this really fun, and it's just refreshing. Again, this whole promo has been all about the friendlies and the cups and the league, which is a very nice change of pace. The only thing that I think is starting to feel a little bit annoying with this is they're doing all the cool stuff with this at once, and it's kind of almost like an overload with having 2 cups back to back. We're going to have a third one as well next week, and the Fantasy FC League going at the same time. It's just a whole lot of this. I think if they would have spread this out, it would have not gotten slightly annoying. It's still great. I think it is really fun to use the different players and the different teams. That's the most fun about this for me, especially with the league. You get good rewards, use a different team. The cup, use a different team as well. It is kind of fun to get matched up against somebody and then have the players swapped over. Sometimes you get hosed. Sometimes you get the other team's good players and then your bad players get sent to them and you feel like you have an advantage. So that is pretty fun. Most people are playing golden goal with this as well. So that is very nice to see, and it was pretty easy for me to get done today. I think the best reward out of this is the Playstyle Plus pick right here. 1 of 5 Playstyle Plus, which you get pinged pass, block, power shot, incisive, or first touch. Those are really good playstyles, especially pinged pass and incisive. I actually just finished up putting my Evo that I got from completing the cup on my Teo Hernandez. I know, probably one of the most meta options I could have used here, but my Evo Teo Hernandez gave him a pinged pass plus. This is huge for him on the left wing to pass balls into a left, like down the wing to Bale or into a center mid. It's very, very nice for the extra pass speed and accuracy, and then the first touch receiving being better from the player who's getting the pass. So I think that was very good. If you chose incisive or power shot, that's just overall a really good reward there inside of the cup. So again, I think these are fun. It's really interesting. There's some quirks with the swaps mode that make it a little bit annoying. Like the players that swap from your club to your opponents are wearing like the pinnies or the bibs in game, whatever you call them, kind of like the practice jerseys. They're even wearing like long sleeves, and it just kind of gets confusing because it looks like the players that are swapping clubs have like different colors of kits in game because they're using the pennies on or whatever, the bibs, and it looks really weird. It's kind of hard on the eyes, to be honest, and it's confusing to know who's on your team, but that's kind of the only problem with the mode. Overall, I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. Once you get it done, you're glad that it's done, but at least it's something that is decent there. Now, speaking really quickly again on the league mode, I finished my league games yesterday kind of out of nowhere. We've gotten 10 wins. No, I didn't boost. No, I didn't use the glitch, but this mode is going to refresh tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that related to the market again today because we need to watch some prices for that. But speaking of the glitch that I just mentioned, I did want to point out to you guys, and I'm not going to promote this at all because honestly, I don't think there's any reason to do this glitch because EA patches it. You won't even be able to get my con anyway. This is being marketed as an exploit or a glitch to complete this cup and get my con. Of course, we can only do 12 games right now, and if EA patch it before the third set of 12 games are able to be played, then it's not going to work anyway. But it's with co-op, guys. And it basically, if you're the player who is invited to the co-op match, then if you quit out, you won't lose one of your entries into the mode. So that's kind of the glitch that's been going around, the exploit, I guess you could call it. And I'm only bringing this up because for those who do it, again, I don't even think you're going to end up getting my con because this is something that actually has been in the game since the start of the year. Co-op has technically, I've heard that people do it in squad battles. That co-op, actually, if you're the person who gets invited, it doesn't count as a game for you. But I think EA, with this popularity and this FC League mode, is going to have to end up patching it. So honestly, probably not worth doing. And just like me yesterday, when I was finishing off my games to get my 10th win, I played a co-op squad, and I was like, bring it on. If I see somebody and match up against somebody in FC League who's playing co-op, I'm like, yeah, let's play, because I think they might be doing the glitch, and that could mean, or attempting the glitch, and that could mean potentially a rage quit win for me if I score first, or maybe get 2 goals. So I absolutely love that possibility there too, for those of us that are not trying to cheat our way through this. I don't think I'm going to get my con. I mean, man, 10 wins was great. I would love to get like 24 or 26. It's going to be really hard to get 30. I must have got some crazy matchmaking or something to be able to get 10 first time around. But that's refreshing tomorrow. But let's get away from that. We've talked about that so much this week. Let's talk about the leagues, because actually, looking at this Fantasy FC Team 1, I'm still super excited about Son being in packs, like the Tchouameni, Marmouche will go boom straight into my team. Even some of the middle tier cards like Caicedo, Dunn, Cole, Vialli, I definitely want to try some of them out. But some of the cards that we have leaked yesterday and heading into this Friday for team number 2 of Fantasy FC, I think EA's trying to juice it up a little bit. We had some leaks for Fantasy FC last week for players that were going to be in the team that didn't get in Team 1, so we knew they were going to be in Team 2, like Marcus Rashford. But this one yesterday really started to get some people talking. Let's talk about these leaks, guys. Especially there's a Spurs card that I'm looking forward to. Darwin Nunez is coming in Fantasy FC Team 2 as a player. Kind of ironic, if you will. A lot of the, I guess you could call it hate, to be honest, that he has gotten recently for his performances IRL. He's getting a live card that will upgrade based on him scoring a goal or assisting. So a little bit of banter to be had there. These are predicted stats. They are not confirmed at all. But what I want to mention with this is, and as we take a look at the other leaks, whenever somebody has a really cracked Evo card that comes out, what follows that? A promo card in packs that is usually a little bit better. I don't know how you're going to get a better Nunez card than the Evo that is out right now, like this guy here. I mean, 99 dribble Nunez, there's even better ones than this. Look at this guy's Nunez, right? 92, 91, 80, and 99. He's only got one playstyle plus in the card, but that's just something that you always watch out for. Now, these are the Team 2 best players that are coming out during Fantasy FC. Marcus Rashford, Rodrigo, Darwin Nunez, Matisse Tel, Kolo Muani. Again, just had a crazy Evo. He's getting a promo card. Alphonso Davies and Fermin are kind of the big headlining players in this Team 2 of the promo. Specifically, Rashford and Rodrigo could be crazy. Matisse Tel, right? Of course, we were all like, where's the Matisse Tel card that was leaked a couple of promos back? Future Stars never came out. Here we go. He's getting a Spurs card there, so that's exciting. These are not official stats either, but those are some pretty big names, I'll be honest. Some pretty meta attackers in this game too, depending upon the playstyles and the weak foot upgrades. That could be good. And it's worth mentioning too, some of these clubs have not been represented yet. Like Barcelona, Fermin is the only FC Fantasy regular player that has represented Barcelona so far. I think Davies is the only Bayern player as well. So it's about time that some of those clubs get recognized. And then, of course, we have the heroes, too, that have been leaked and now talked about more. Zé Roberto, Williams, Robbie Keane, another Spurs one there. You've got Tim Howard getting another card. Carragher, Mario Gomez, and Litmanen. Officially, I guess these are the cards, or these are the clubs that these cards are going to represent in terms of the live card upgrades for that. And then this is kind of all of them put together. We do not know official stats yet. That's kind of the big thing that we're missing most right now. Official stats for these Fantasy Team 2 cards. You even got Walsh that's in here for the women's Barca team. That could be a really good card. Pavard for Inter is getting an item. You got Cucho Hernandez with the new transfer to Real Betis. You've got Salamakers, of course. You've got Zaniolo getting a card as well. So there's some, of course, lower tier kind of fodder names in here too. But that is the full Team 2 as Foot Sheriff has leaked. Again, predicted stats. We do not know the official stats. Matisse Tel is shown as an 88 here, but then this leak has him as a 90. We don't know, right? That's going to be the kicker for all of this, is who's the higher rated ones, who's the lower rated ones. Watch out for those leaks today, tomorrow. Usually Thursdays are days where we get a whole lot of leaks, but I'm also specifically really interested in who's our SBC going to be, right? Because we had Joao Felix and we had Guti. Those are the two SBCs that are the most memorable, at least right now, in my opinion, from this promo, for at least the first week of the promo. What's EA going to do for week number 2, especially because some of these cards are already obtaining upgrades, and I'm really curious to see how much more, if they do any extra boosts on a team too, because it's another week later. I don't know if they're going to do that. I'm not going to set my expectations for like crazier cards in terms of just a base rating, since these cards are still live and upgrading. But that's the whole fun part about these cards, right? Now, speaking of Fantasy FC prices, I think if you got any of these, which I actually do at the moment, I still have a couple of the Vialis that I bought for like 310. He's still like 330. I'm going to be looking to sell, especially a card like this Canu. Sell the lower to middle tier cards. Basically sell all of them today at some point on Wednesday, because what do we have tomorrow? Division Rivals rewards. And what's going to make prices go down? The supply from Division Rivals rewards. So a card like Crystal Dunn, 78k, she's up 80,000 coins. She was like 66k during the week. Yeah, it's like she's up 10,000 coins a card. Great opportunity to take the cash. 1.6 mil flat on Kavicha. We're going to have to do a quick little check here. Is that sitting on the market? Because he was just like 1.7. If that's sitting, your boy's going to buy it. It is not sitting on the market, but that's a really big undercut. Make sure to just sell these cards before rewards, because they are going to drop, and then that could be a really good investing opportunity. And this is a good reminder to sell in the hype. Guys, yesterday Crystal Palace really beat Villa pretty bad. Was it 4-1? Yeah, 4-1 for Crystal Palace. And that means Daniel Malen does not get a win, only gets 1 goal towards his 10 that he needs, and he didn't even play. So, or at least I was looking early in the game and he wasn't subbed on yet, but he didn't get a goal or assist for sure. Selling in the hype is always the key with these cards. Make sure if you're going to try to trade today with a Marmouche or a Hyunmin Son, any of the clubs that play today, sell in the hype for those as well. That's just a good example there. But You see here, he's 447,000 coins. He's back up to 480. So with the panic selling of these cards, since they're so invested in, you can honestly make really good fluctuations even after they have big drop-offs. Sometimes people will go right back and buy those cards, and the panic sell them get too low, and they'll rebound back up a little bit for some trades. Now, the other side of the coin is a card like this Caicedo is up because they did perform. Chelsea did perform pretty well yesterday. They're up to 5 goals. He did get the clean sheet as well. Since he's a center defensive mid, that actually means that Caicedo has checked off his first upgrade, and he will be getting 2 playstyles added. Not playstyle pluses, playstyles. But this is a card as well that I would sell before Division of Rivals rewards. I would not mess with that. I'm going to go into probably content today, and especially later into the evening today on Wednesday, with none of these cards because I don't want to be messing around with the potential of them getting packed from rewards. Then after rewards, like we'll talk about tomorrow, I think there's a really great investment opportunity for a lot of the different players, especially maybe based on some of the leaks that we'll know by then tomorrow. And we'll be looking at those cards for investments as they, of course, are live. Now, speaking of the market a little bit more, I'm not really doing a whole lot of trading besides listing my informs. We did some quick flip trades yesterday with Graham Hansen. She was one of the only cards that moved for the new cup requiring the Liga F cards. She had a crazy fluctuation on stream. And there were some other cards like Puteus that rebounded up as well. Her special cards moved. Bonmati moved a bit. And even Graham Hansen's gold card, who's back down now, as we just showed on the graph. She went from like 33,000 coins up to 42 just because people were using Liga F players and had to buy a couple for the new cup. What I want to mention once again is what's specifically best to watch today is the lower budget players that went up a whole lot for the league, right? Of course, tomorrow on Thursday, the league is going to be refreshing with 12 more games, and a card like this Rafinha, who went up a whole bunch when the league was first dropped, there's potential here for another trading opportunity with this card. Not the 88 Rafinha. This is crazy. The 86 Rafinha, that's really nuts. I just noticed this. The 86 Rafinha is 230,000 coins, but the 88 Rafinha is like 100K, all because one of them is allowable in the cup and the other one isn't. That's really insane. But like this card, if he drops down to 200,000 coins, Llorente has kind of been our example. He's been max price, almost extinct right now. He still basically is. If any of these cards, there's a bunch of them that have been going up in price and are pretty inflated in price. If any of them drop, definitely be watching that today because tomorrow those cup games are going to refresh and there's going to be more demand there. The rest of the market is just kind of not doing too much, and it's not moving a whole lot. You have some fluctuations here or there, but it's because there's so much demand for those lower tier cards and people playing the fantasy league mode that a lot of these cards like Olise and even the Amad Diallo, who I traded with yesterday, they're not moving a whole lot. You have to get some pretty big undercuts, or you have to get on some bids or some snipes to try to make some good coins on those sorts of players because the market's not moving a whole lot except for those players that are being used in the cup. Now, let's talk about content today. What's going to be coming to shake things up today on Wednesday, of course. We'll be watching out for more leagues, but really I don't expect a pretty big day today in terms of content. The one thing that could maybe change is the weekly refreshing 88 plus pick. It's been 88 plus now, I think, for 2 weeks. What could EA do to change this? Maybe they make it a 1 of 4 instead of a 1 of 3. I mean, the latest promo cards that they added to this are numero foot, and we've had a lot of promo cards since then. Would they add in a team leader honorable mentions? I don't know. Would they add in future stars? Seems a bit soon for that too, but I would love it if they made this a 1 of 4. That extra slot could be super duper dope for a campaign mix. These are fun to do with the 83 times 10 to put your fodder into something cheap. 285 squads. If you wanted to make a little bit of a fodder investment today, I'd look at 84s and 85s. Because with this refreshing, if the requirements stay at least remotely the same, those cards could be moving up a little bit, and this could be extra demand for informs and make those informs maybe inch up slightly and maybe have better lazy selling opportunities for those today for like 16 to 17,000 coins if we get lucky. So that's one of the only things that I really would expect from content today. We do have a couple of other leaks outstanding still. Gotta mention it. Witsel is there as an official stats leaked road to the final card. Of course, with Atletico yesterday, crazy game between Atletico and Barca. That was in the Copa del Rey, so that does not upgrade this card per se. But that's his official Witsel card there. Still unsure about what road to the final is going to look like, but EA sprinkling these cards in here or there, so that's a potential SBC player we could be getting today. We are getting a new Team of the week, of course, since it's a Wednesday. That's one thing we always look forward to. Salah's going to feature in it. I believe he only has one playstyle plus, but Garassi, Modric deserve for sure. Wan-Bissaka, Claude Maurice, Claudia Pina, Nico Paz, Milinkovic-Savic, and Damsgaard, Hanchko, Lookman, all getting Team of the Week cards today. Doesn't look that crazy, but his new Team of the League cards that are going to be coming out for sure, and that's there. And then the last thing I want to talk about really quickly, too, for content today is that FutAccountant is saying more evolutions are coming soon, including all stats boost, which to me just means a normal evolution, because the evos that we've had recently are just like boosting stats in one stat, like the Fantasy FC passing, Fantasy FC dribbling and shooting. So I think he just means there that we're going to be getting a regular evo. It's going to boost everything. Just make sure that you're staying up to date with evolutions, since there's so many at the moment. Whatever chain you're involved in, whatever chain you're going to be doing, which I'll just maybe flex the one that I'm going to be doing for Brennan Johnson here really quick. This is the one that I'm doing. I literally saved. I have not done the Ultimate Edition evolution from the start of the game. I still have that one. That's what makes this possible for him. So I got right now Brennan Johnson in Fantasy Captain. He's getting the 99 dribbling, but make sure you just keep up on all of these, right? I got to do Finesse Express, the Ultimate Edition one, and just like Jamie, and a couple of these expire in the next couple of days, like Strategic Shift and Complete Winger. I know this is a very common evolution that's used in those crazy chains of getting cards to higher levels. So if you're going to use this one, make sure you get it done pretty soon. I don't think we're going to get a new Evo today, but really I think the content is going to be slow today. Tomorrow on Thursday, it's going to pick back up. And then, of course, Friday for our Promo Friday, it's going to kick back up even to another level. But before we get then, we're going to have some more leaks. So we looked at the leaks today, of course, for Team 2, but there's going to be more discussions about that over the next couple of days. Best of luck if you're playing Division Rivals and trying to catch up in all the games this week. I feel like that's where I'm at the moment. I'm way behind in Rivals because of all the Cup and the League gameplay and stuff like that, or maybe Foot Champs, qualies as well. Best of luck if you're catching up on that today, getting those games in before rewards. Best of luck with the trades, and I will see you guys in the stream today. We'll see what EA can conjure up for a Wednesday. Maybe it'll surprise us. Maybe it'll just be a quiet day with just a day to catch up on some stuff. We'll see. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.